Today I'm going to be talking about the first game I ever owned for the first console I ever owned, which is Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Mega Drive. Now this is the original copy I got on my 8th birthday. It's in pretty good condition. The manual is a little bit tatty and the cartridge, the sticker across the top, has worn away. Not completely, but you can see that it's it's been played with a lot, you know, taking it in and out of the cartridge slot on the console. But it still plays and it still works. The manual on the back has some of my old handwriting on it from when I was 8 years old. The spelling is a little bit off, as is the handwriting. Actually, my handwriting hasn't really got any better than that, but never mind. It's for the level select sheet when the game starts, and it says, when Sonic puts his head up, press up, down, side, side, instead of left, right. A, B, C, start, and then you can choose any level. And you can see there, I put ENNY, and I ran out of space. So I was stuck on a little extra sticker there for the bit of level. So yeah, that was me back then. With the box as well, you can see across the top I've got a number 6. Now I have this on a few games. I have sold some of them as you know from one of my other videos. And this is when I put them in order of how much I liked them, I think. So I had Streets of Rage 2, Moonwalker, which other games? Sonic 2, I think, has a sticker on it. Sonic 2 has a number 5 on it, so that's my original Sonic 2 as well. I did keep quite a few of my old games. I think Toad moved then. Oh well. So yeah, I remember seeing this for the first time. Before this, I had played on a Commodore 64. My sister was round a friend's house and I went with my mum to pick her up. And her friend's brother had a Commodore 64, which was the first home console I'd ever seen or played or anything like that, and he had Bomberman. And I'm not sure if it was official or a clone or anything like that, but I really enjoyed that, and played it for probably about half an hour or so, and my mum had to drag me away. So I think that is when my addiction started, unless I'd been to an arcade before. It's obviously very hard to remember that sort of thing. And yeah, so I played that and I really wanted a Commodore 64, that's what I wanted. And my parents, I think my dad had got me a magazine where it had a tape on the front, and I'm not sure if I've still got that anywhere. I really doubt it, but it had some games and stuff, and I thought, wow, this is cool. And I think it was probably for Christmas, or just after Christmas, I went around my cousin's house, and he had a Sega Mega Drive. Now, it might have been a bit before that for his birthday or something like that, but I saw Sonic, and wow, I was blown away. From the Commodore 64 to the Sega Mega Drive was an enormous leap forward. People talk about the NES, but you know, the Commodore 64 to the to the Sega Mega Drive, which is all I knew at the time. And yeah, I saw Green Hill Zone, and the graphics, the colours, the movement, everything. It was just, it was incredible. I can still see it in my sort of memory, my mind's eye, of just that moment, and time seemed to stop. I was just stood there watching this game in complete awe, and then my cousin turned to me with a pad and said, "Do you want to go?" And wow, I just loved that game. So that's what I wanted. My parents knew that, and I was very lucky. I'm pretty sure it's my 8th birthday rather than my 7th, because I found an old magazine that I had. And I tried to backdate and see how old I was then. So I hope I've done the maths right. And yeah, I got Sonic the Hedgehog, and I got Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, because I was a huge fan of Michael Jackson at the time. I still have my 14-inch Matsui TV that I got for that birthday as well. Still have the same Mega Drive and the copy of Sonic the Hedgehog. If you've seen my videos about gaming regrets, you'll know that sadly I sold my original copy of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, which, yeah, I'm absolutely gutted about. But I will get a copy of it in my collection again one day. And yeah, when I got the game, we set it up on the dining room table. My dad set it up for me, or helped me set it up. I can't really remember greatly, but I remember taking it in turns, as Michael Jackson's game was 2-player. I realise now I'm talking a lot about Moonwalker when I should be talking about Sonic, so I'll save all that stuff for another time maybe. But yeah, played Sonic, and I used to get really stuck, because bear in mind this was the first game I ever played, so I couldn't work out how to get through the wall. If there was this segment of wall where you have to press down when you've got momentum to bash through it, and it took me a while to work that out. And yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I had a friend that came round, and he'd had the game for about a year, or he'd had it for a while anyway, and he showed me some secret areas, and that blew my mind. I didn't know games had secret areas in them and stuff like that as well. There's a little bit where you jump over some spikes and you get a load of the TV boxes with items in, and I was just like, wow, there's secrets in this game. So that is part of why I played Sonic the Hedgehog a lot slower than other people. You know, some people try and blitz through it as fast as possible, where I was trying to collect every ring pretty much, trying to get as many lives as possible and find all these secret areas. So yeah, that blew me away. That was an amazing moment with Sonic. So there are a few things I love and dislike about Sonic, like a lot of people. I love Green Hill Zone, and Starlight Zone is probably my favourite music-wise. The boss is really cool in that level as well, where you jump and the spikes go up and hit him. That's really cool. I didn't really like Labyrinth Zone. I didn't like the drowning. The music when it counts down used to just fill me with utter fear and dread. So I really didn't like that level. So I used to use the little cheat that I'd found to sort of skip Labyrinth Zone and play other levels when I got to that point. Yeah, that level was quite annoying. I mean, I have played through the game. It was on Xbox 360 as well, which I have it on, and I think there's an achievement for completing the whole game in under half an hour, which I achieved, which is pretty cool. So I have played through everything, and yeah, Labyrinth Zone, I just don't like the boss. I quite like the music. Same with Marble Zone as well. A lot of people don't like that because of the slow pace and stuff, but I used to quite like that. And the little square blocks, there used to be these little Colgate mints that I used to have that looked just like the green blocks. I don't know if anyone else remembers those. I'm definitely showing my age here. I think as well that Sonic 1 was actually the first game I ever finished. I ever defeated the final boss. The first time I ever encountered a boss in the game, because, well, it was my first game. So when I got to the first boss, Dr. Robotnik obviously, in Green Hill Zone, when he had the swinging ball sort of thing that I had to hit and stuff, I mean, that was so cool. The music was great, and when I beat him I was just like, wow, you know. And then it was just, I just remember it so well, the whole experience, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. Finishing the game, when I got to the end, I was actually quite sad. You know, when he ran through all the levels, and it's like, yeah, these were the levels I went through. I was sort of sad that the game was over, in a way. It was kind of weird. The same thing was with Super Mario 64 as well. That ending where he goes around everywhere just fills me with sadness. But that's probably some weird psychological problem that's that's wrong with, yeah. Some stones are better left unturned, I think there. So yeah, it's the first game I think I ever finished. I was impressed as well that I'd managed to finish it. The boss, even though now it's really easy, at the time I found it quite hard dodging the electric thing, because I really relied on rings, and you get none for the final boss, as you probably know if you've played it already. So there's some of my memories associated with Sonic 1. The first game I ever owned, for the first console I ever owned. I'm really, really glad that I held on to this over the years, you know, kept hold of it, and it's still in really good condition. I tried to look after my games as best as possible. There is a little line on the front here where I think I tried to trace him or draw him and the paper slipped or something, but it's not too bad. This is probably one of the most treasured items in my collection, as well as obviously my Mega Drive and original TV and everything that goes together. I've not been able to get rid of that TV yet. It sort of takes up space and stuff, but I don't know, I just remember it being on the dining room table and playing it and just loving it. And yeah, I just haven't got the heart to get rid of that yet. As always, thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments about this game. And I will see you in the next video. Sega!